the nurse who helped an injured man, not knowing he was her long-lost brother. Sarah Thompson, a dedicated nurse in her early 30s, spent her days at one of the city's busiest hospitals. From a young age, she'd found purpose in caring for others, a path perhaps influenced by the tragic car accident that orphaned her and her younger brother, Daniel, when they were children. That accident didn't just take her parents. It tore Sarah and Daniel apart. Sarah was placed in foster care, while Daniel was sent to a different family. Years passed, and Sarah grew up under the heavy shadow of that separation. Despite the love of her foster parents, a persistent void remained. She became consumed by the search for Daniel, relentlessly contacting orphanages, tracking down foster homes, and even placing ads, but to no avail. The authorities had lost all record of him. Every birthday and holiday felt incomplete without him. The gnawing pain of not knowing his whereabouts or if he was safe, her constant companion. Her career in nursing offered a vital outlet, allowing her to channel her focus into others and push her own grief to the back of her mind. She tackled grueling shifts in the emergency room, witnessing a constant flow of patients, saving lives and offering comfort. Yet, even in the fulfillment of her demanding job, the ache of Daniel's absence never truly faded. One evening, after another utterly exhausting shift, Sarah was making her way out of the hospital's back exit, the sky already draped in darkness, when her pager buzzed. The call described a catastrophic highway accident. A flipped car, multiple casualties, all being rushed to the ER. The urgent tone of the emergency dispatch made her heart pound, and without a moment's hesitation, she turned and sprinted back inside. Sarah was no stranger to emergencies, but this one carried an unusual weight. The injured arrived rapidly, some clinging to life by a thread. She immediately sprang into action, directing her team, administering critical treatments, and ensuring every patient received immediate medical attention. But as a severely injured, unconscious man was wheeled in, something instinctively drew her eye. He had dark hair, a distinctive scar on his shoulder, and despite the severity of his wounds, his face held a haunting familiarity. There was no time for contemplation. She immediately focused on stabilizing him, making sure the doctors had everything required to begin treatment. As she meticulously checked his vital signs, her mind briefly flickered to her childhood, to memories of a small boy with those same features, Daniel. She quickly dismissed the thought. Couldn't possibly be him. Her brother had been lost to her for so long. The idea that this man could be the one she had tirelessly searched for seemed utterly impossible. Yet, the persistent feeling of familiarity lingered. She continued her work with unwavering focus, pushing her emotions aside as she concentrated on saving the man's life. But deep within, a part of her couldn't help but wonder. Was this Daniel her long-lost brother? Or was it merely a cruel coincidence? Another fleeting hope in a life marked by endless unanswered questions? For now, Sarah could only pray that the man in her care would survive. As the hours stretched on, a strange sense of anticipation settled over her. The emergency room continued its chaotic hum around Sarah, as she worked tirelessly to stabilize the accident victims. With numerous casualties, each bearing critical injuries, Sarah couldn't shake the unsettling feeling that something was profoundly different about the man they had brought in. He had been utterly unconscious, his face starkly pale and streaked with blood. Still an odd, almost haunting recognition clung to him. As she meticulously cleaned his wounds and monitored his vitals, her gaze returned to his face more often than she intended. His features, though battered, stirred a deep memory, and when his eyes briefly fluttered open, they seemed to search for something, as if he recognized her but